Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a mystery that has puzzled the world for over 75 years. A plane, a Douglas DC-3, registration NC16002, took off on December 28, 1948 from San Juan, Puerto Rico, headed to Miami, Florida, with 32 souls on board. And then, it vanished. No wreckage, no answers. Just silence. This isn't just a story about a missing plane. It's a tale of human decisions, mechanical failures, and one of the most infamous regions in the world, the Bermuda Triangle. By the end of this video, you'll know everything, every detail, every theory, every clue, and I'll even share the latest updates that might finally crack this case wide open. So, grab a cup of chai, sit back, and let's unravel this together. And if you enjoy deep dives like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's aim for 100,000 likes on this one. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me set the stage. It's 1948. World War II has just ended a few years ago, and aviation is booming. The Douglas DC-3, it's the rock star of the skies. Reliable, sturdy, a workhorse that carried passengers and cargo across continents. This specific plane, NC16002, was a Douglas DST variant, a sleeper version of the DC-3, operated by a small outfit called Airborne Transport, Inc. On December 27th, it flew from Miami to San Juan without a hitch, landing at 7:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Everything seemed normal. But what happened next? That's where the story takes a dark turn. Picture this. It's late at night, December 27, 1948. The plane's crew, Captain Robert Lindquist, co-pilot Ernest Hill, and stewardess Mary Burke, are preparing for the return leg to Miami. There are 29 passengers on board, men, women, maybe even families excited to reach Florida. The plane's fueled up, the weather's clear, and takeoff is scheduled for just after 10 p.m. local time. But here's the first red flag. Captain Lindquist notices something odd. The landing gear warning light isn't working properly, and the plane's batteries, they're almost dead. Now, if this were you or me, we'd probably say, let's fix this before we fly. But Lindquist, he decides to recharge the batteries in flight. Risky? Yes. Unusual? Not entirely back then. Aviation wasn't as regulated as it is today. Let's talk about this decision for a second. Lindquist wasn't a rookie. He had experience. But why take the chance? Was he under pressure to stick to the schedule? Did he trust the plane's systems too much? We'll come back to this, because this choice might have sealed their fate. So at 10:03 p.m. San Juan time, or 9:03 p.m. Eastern time, the plane lifts off. The plan was to stay near San Juan until they could fix their radio communication, which was also acting up. But instead, they head straight for Miami. Why? We don't know. Maybe Lindquist thought he could handle it. The last official contact comes at 11:23 p.m. Eastern Time. The plane's 700 miles from Miami, cruising at 8,300 feet, and Lindquist estimates they'll land at 4:03 a.m. He even says he can see Miami's lights. Odd, because at that distance, it's impossible. Was he confused, lost, or was something else at play? Now let's break this down geographically. San Juan to Miami is about 1,000 miles. At 700 miles out, they're over the Atlantic, near the Bermuda Triangle, a region infamous for swallowing ships and planes. The weather? Mostly clear, but there's a catch. A wind shift happens that night from northwest to northeast. Normally, the crew would adjust for this, but their radio wasn't picking up updates from Miami. Without that info, they could have drifted 40, 50, maybe even 60 miles off course. And in 1948, navigation wasn't GPS. It was compasses, maps, and a lot of guesswork. Here's where it gets eerie. After that 11:23 p.m. message, silence. Nothing. No distress call, no debris spotted, just gone. The next morning, December 29th, alarm bells ring. Miami launches a massive search. Planes, ships, over 1,300 flight hours logged. They scour the Everglades, the Gulf of Mexico, even the hills of Cuba. Nothing turns up. Well, almost nothing. On January 4th, 1949, two bodies wash up 56 miles south of Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Were they from NC16002? No one could confirm. The trail goes cold. Friends, this isn't just a missing plane story, it's a puzzle with missing pieces. So, let's dig deeper. What do we know about the plane itself? NC16002 had clocked 28,257 flight hours, old but not ancient for a DC-3. It had a recent engine overhaul, but its maintenance records? Incomplete. The Civil Aeronautics Board investigated and released a report on July 15, 1949. They pointed fingers at Lindquist's decision to fly with faulty batteries and no radio fix. Human error, they said, but probable cause? Undetermined. That's it. No smoking gun. Now let's talk theories. Theory 1. Mechanical failure. Those batteries, if they died mid-flight, the plane loses power to its instruments, its lights, everything. In the dark, over the ocean, that's a death sentence. Theory 2. Navigation error. That wind shift could have pushed them into the Bermuda Triangle's heart, where compasses reportedly go haywire. Theory 3. Something sudden. Fire, explosion, structural failure. The DC-3 was tough, but not invincible. And then there's the wild card, the Bermuda Triangle itself. Is it just superstition, or is there something science can't explain? Let's debunk the triangle myth for a moment. Scientists say it's no more dangerous than any other ocean patch. Storms, currents, human error explain most losses. But NC16002's case, it fits the pattern. Clear weather, experienced crew, sudden disappearance. Coincidence? Maybe. Let's keep an open mind. Okay, fast forward to today, April 2025. What's the latest? In 2016, a blog called Fear of Landing mentioned divers finding a DC-3 wreck in the Bermuda Triangle. No registration number, so it's unconfirmed. But here's the kicker. A commenter claimed they found debris with 160 on a wing and American faintly visible, matching NC16002's profile. They say it's 50 miles south of Florida, near where Lindquist thought he saw Miami. Coordinates were sent to Miami-Dade Fire Rescue and Biscayne Bay National Park Service. Did they follow up? As of now, no official word. I've searched X, news sites. Nothing concrete since 2016. Why the silence? Is it buried in bureaucracy or is it just another dead end? Imagine this. If that's NC16002, it's in shallow water, 20 feet deep in the Florida Keys. Why hasn't it been found sooner? Did it sink deeper? Did currents move it? Or, and this is chilling, did someone not want it found? I'm not saying conspiracy, but the lack of closure raises questions. So, where does this leave us? 32 people vanished that night. Families waited for answers that never came. The Bermuda Triangle swallowed another story. Or did it? I think it's human error compounded by bad luck. Lindquist's gamble, the wind shift, the radio failure, it's a perfect storm of small mistakes. But that 2016 lead, it's a glimmer of hope. If we can verify it, we might finally give these souls peace. Friends, this case matters. It's not just history. It's a reminder of how fragile our systems were, and sometimes still are. What do you think happened? Mechanical failure? Bermuda Triangle magic? Or something else? Drop your theories in the comments. I'll read them all. And if you want more mysteries like this, hit subscribe, share this video, and let's keep digging into the unknown together. Until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and take care.